Hi, everyone. We're going to get started in 1 minute. Please give us a moment. We are just waiting for a couple more people to join. All right, let's get started. We're already a few minutes behind. Can someone please bring up the PowerPoint?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So hi, everyone. Let me bring up my camera. Hi, everyone. My name is Priya Iyer, and I work for KARYA Technologies. And thank you so much for joining us from wherever you guys are. We have people, I believe, from all over the world here with us today. We're here to talk to you guys about KDAPT. And KDAPT is KARYA's data analytics prediction technology. And we're here to talk about how this product can be used in combination with Microsoft Dynamics GP. During this webinar, we'll have a small presentation to walk everyone through how this product works on a high level and a good overview of the feature set. Then we're going to move into a live demo of KDAPT where you'll see the product in real time. Throughout this webinar, please feel free to ask questions. You can ask questions through the chat feature of Teams or by raising your hand, and we'll pause and give you a chance to speak. We'll also have a dedicated Q&A section at the end of the demo, so you'll be able to ask questions then. If we aren't able to get to your questions before the end of the webinar, we're happy to follow up with you. If you put it into the chat, we'll follow up with you and make sure you get your answer. So without further ado, let me allow my colleague to get started. Nivedita?
Yeah. So good morning and good evening to everyone joining us from different time zones. I'm Niveta from sales team of KARYA Technologies. So today I will be walking you through the presentation for this webinar. And I'm very excited to walk you through something that's transformative that can give Microsoft Dynamics GP a new voice, a sharper edge, and a smarter brain. So welcome to this exclusive webinar session on how legacy systems can leverage AI capabilities through KDAPT. So KDAPT is KARYA's data analytics and prediction technology. KDAPT is a AI-powered solution that can revolutionize how businesses interact with their ERP data. So for attendees who may not be using Microsoft Dynamics GP, you don't have to worry because KDAPT is designed to integrate with a wide range of systems, including other ERP, CRM, and even Excel-based data sources. So if you want to know more, we can do a one-on-one session, a demo session. But however, in today's webinar, we will be focusing specifically on KDAPT's integration with legacy platforms such as Microsoft Dynamics GP. Moving on to the next slide. Yeah, so what is the Gen BI challenge? For those who are using traditional BI tools or legacy systems like Microsoft Dynamics GP, even though the data exists, getting timely, meaningful insights, it's still a major struggle. So you usually need someone with technical skill or from the IT, even to pull just a simple report. So in the case of Dynamics GP, reporting often relies on predefined templates, developer support, and long turnaround cycles. So let's say you get the report or dashboard after a day or two, and the report is like already outdated. And in today's business environment, slow insights are just missed opportunities. And that's exactly where KDAPT comes in. It provides real time dashboards, interactive charts directly into the hands of decision makers. So without needing to go to the IT team every time. So what's KDAPT? It's a conversational AI platform designed especially for business users. So when KDAPT is connected with your ERP, you can ask questions in just plain English and receive real-time insights. And you also get AI-powered summaries and visualization from the questions you ask. And since it's real time, you can make quicker decisions and you also get charts that are interactive. So the full product demo will be showcased by my colleague Aravind. This is just a short clip of how KDAP works when a user asks a question. So if you see here, the question is identify the item that consumes the longest time in production. So when it is typed, system takes time and it gives you the answer. So as you see here in the screen, it says the longest time is 4 days. And these are the items that takes 4 days in the production. So basically you have a personal AI assistant fetching your answers. That's very convenient. So now I'm going to explain how GetUp actually works. So on the left side, you will see that when KDAPT is connected with an ERP data, it can transform processes like order to cash. So you can ask KDAPT which customers haven't paid yet, and it gives you the answer right away. The next process is procure to pay. You can check with which suppliers are taking too long to deliver and the hire to retire. Here you can ask questions to get up like how many people joined or left each department this year, and inventory management. You can ask what items are low in stock across all of your locations. And in CRM, you can find out how many leads turned into deals this month or even for the financial year, and record to report. You can ask for this month's profit and loss, and in real time, it gives you the dashboards and charts. And finally, quote to order. So you can still see which quotes are awaiting for approval. So these are the processes that Kerak can transform. So whether you're using Microsoft SQL Server, Snowflake, Postgres, or MySQL, GitHub connects directly with your data warehouse without moving your data out of your private environment. So on the right side, you will see that GitHub has 4 layers. So the first layer is data layer. So this is where the data lives. This is the foundation. It connects GitHub to your company's private data system like your ERP. For example, let's take Linux GP or even SAP. And the second one is the semantic layer. So this is the brain that translates your plain English questions. For example, what were last month's sales? So it will turn this question into something the system actually understands. So you don't need to know the database language. This layer figures it out for you. And third one is the agentic layer. So this is where AI tools like OpenAI and Gemini come in. So once your question is understood, this layer plans how to find the right answer. It pulls the data, analyzes it smartly, prepares a clear response for you. Yeah, as I said again, it's like having an AI analyst who understands your question and builds the answer for you. And the fourth and final layer is the representation layer. So this is how the answer is shown to you in the KDAPT UI. This is the layer you actually see. It gives you clear answers in text, plain English, helpful charts, and also graphs. So, and even interactive dashboards. So everything is live and everything is in real time. So, instead of reading a boring report, you can actually talk to your data and explore the answers. So about GP. So GP, despite being a legacy system, it continues to be a reliable and proven ERP platform for more than thousands of small and mid-sized businesses around the world. It's trusted for its stability, a wide range of features, and long-standing support ecosystem. So the core capabilities that keep it relevant even today. So below are the modules that are present in Microsoft Dynamics GP. First one is financial. So everything from general ledger, accounts payable and receivable, inventory and supply chain includes purchase, sales order processing, and also vendor management. And the HR and payroll has employee records, payroll processing, and also tax reporting. The project accounting module is used for tracking time, expenses, job costing, and project-based budgets. And the manufacturing module in GP is for production scheduling, quality assurance, and also used to streamline operations. And reporting and BI in GP looks like SSRS, Smart List, and even Excel integration. The sales and CRM module in GP is used for handling customer relationships from invoicing and even for commissions. And the field service is from dispatching and also contract management. So above are the modules that are available in GP. GP does its job really well in handling the core operations that I mentioned. But when it comes to quick insights, flexible reporting without needing IT, or asking questions in plain English to get answer from your data, GP kind of falls short there. So that's where KDAPT adds that missing intelligence layer, so your team can ask, see, and act faster. So these are the advantages you get when KDAPT is connected to GP. So the first one is it's a conversational BI. So instead of digging through smart list or requesting for an SSRS reports, KDAPT lets you ask questions in plain English, like I mentioned earlier. For example, you can ask like, show me the outstanding payables by vendor for this quarter, and just get the answer very quickly. And the second one is unified dashboards. So the dashboards in GP are pretty static snapshots. This is where a KDAP gives you live dashboards, for example, like cash flow, P&L, which is profit and loss, and also sales, inventory. So everything in one view, everything is up to date because everything is in real time, as I mentioned. And with predictive analytics, KDAP helps you spot trends before they happen with the underlying data and seamless integration. So you can see how HR attribution is impacting project delivery or how vendor delays are affecting cash flow. This happens because GetUp connects the dots across the GP module, something that GP doesn't do out of the box. And the fifth one is yes, so it's all about building on a secure and scalable framework. So with enterprise grade protection and role-based access, you actually have the ability to restrict access to data based on the department and also the job. All right. So what does GitHub actually bring to the table when you're using it with Microsoft Dynamics GP? The first one is efficiency. So it cuts down reporting time and the manual effort. So what used to take hours in GP can now be done in seconds, just using simple plain English questions or queries. And then second one is accuracy. So it provides error-free reporting and analytics because of the AI and reducing manual mistakes and improving confidence in the business data. And cost saving, third one. So it reduces reliance on the IT and BI developers for every report, since GitHub gives you the report in hand when you just ask a question in plain English. So which frees up resources and save cost on the report generation and also the support based on the report generation. And then fourth one is scalability. So KDAPT is built to grow with your business. It can handle increasing users, data, and complexity without you having to reconfigure your entire system or ERP. So these are some of the real world example. Okay, let's say you are a CFO. You can simply ask questions like, "Hey, show me the last 6 months margin trends by product line." Or if you're a sales head who want to know about the customers that are at the highest churn risk, or if you're an operations manager wondering which suppliers delivered late this quarter. So everyone I mentioned about, they get personalized answers based on their role. As everyone is connected to specific set of data based on their roles, this is a facility available in KDAPT, so role-based access. So basically, KDAPT is for everyone in the organization, regardless of their department or their job. So I have reached to the end of my presentation on KDAPT with the Dynamics GP. And now my colleague Aravind will move on to the demo. So after the demo is completed, can please feel free to ask questions. We have our GitHub creators in the meeting, so we can clear any doubts you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Niveta. Hi, my name is Arvind. I work for KARYA for the past few years, and by now you must have got a brief intro on what KDAPT does. So my role here would be to showcase the functional aspect of KDAPT. So this is a login screen that you see here. Uh, KDAPT has a feature where you can integrate with your existing 365 login also. So let me log in here and let's go into the system. So this is the application that you see here, which is divided into different segments. So this is the home screen where you normally you will ask questions to get your desired answers. On the left hand side, you get to see the threads, which I'll explain later. And you see different tabs here, right? So one is for analytics, one is for modeling, you have knowledge, and then you have what is called as prediction, which is for the future uh, uh, to understand the what will be the forecasting that you can get from the system. Now coming back to the home screen, again in the home screen you have different blocks here where you have accuracy level questions, data quality questions, you have descriptive questions. So as and when you converse with the system automatically it will suggest you questions which you can click and you can get the desired output. On the left hand side, you can see threads here. These are nothing but all the question and answers which has already been prepared that gets stored here. Okay. Now let me type in a question and showcase what it feels like in using KDAPT. So I'll say provide the invoices along with payment number, payment date, and payment terms for which payment has been collected. So if you notice here, I've not used any jargons here. It is a plain English statement for which I'm requesting system to give me an answer. So when I press enter, it follows a series of steps First, it will understand the user's question. Then it will, as you can see, it shows the preparation steps. And then you will see that it is retrieving the related models. Models are nothing but the data sets that is used to fetch the data. And then it inbuilds a query, an SQL query to formulate the answer. So as soon as the formulation is over, you can see here the list of the data which is listed here. So as you can see, it is listed down some 1 to 5 details, and it says there are more results omitted for brevity. And in the grid, you will see the data here, which shows the payment number, payment created date, and payment term. So if you scroll down here, the list goes beyond 5, which was the case just shown earlier. So here, until here, it was shown as 5, which is a snapshot. And in the grid, it shows it gives the entire details available from the dataset. Now, I have asked a question and it has given me an output, right? And if you see here, the system also recommends question which you can probe further. Like, well, how does the payment collection rate for invoices differ from between various payment methods? So it allows the user to use a native language and follow a conversational system with the model. Now, once the data is given, you have an option called charts. So, which when we click here, it will populate a series of graphs. Another example I can type for you is give the items that are having shortage in different locations. So this is nothing but which will interest the inventory person. So when I click on enter or click on the ask button, it will give me a list of all items available in different locations with the available quantity. So using this output, the store in charge or the inventory manager can take swift action and make quick decisions based on the business processes. So you can see here are some of the items that are currently in shortage, meaning they have less than 500 units available. So this is a threshold that we can set in the system. So we can say if the number of units are less than 500, then show me the list. So that will be taken, that comes under the instruction, which I'll cover shortly. Now here, if I go to chart, it'll pre-populate with a predefined graph, which I can later pin it onto the dashboard. So if you can see here, it has given me a visual representation of the answer. And here I have options whether if I want to regenerate the chart, I can do so. Or if I want to edit the chart. Say edit the chart, I can either change the graph mode. From bar graph, I can change to line graph or pie chart. And the third one is I can pin this onto a dashboard. So when I click this option, it will give me a prompt asking whether I want to pin this to the dashboard. When I click on save, what it does is this is how the dashboard looks like. So all these are nothing but predefined graphs that has been generated using the question and answer given above. So if you can see here, these are the items in shortage by location which we have created just now. The next I would like to cover is on the modeling part. So this forms the crux of the system. So modeling nothing but these are data sets that you can import into KDAPT, and you can form relationship between different tables. For example, if I want to map payment details and sales order, So when I click on payment details, I can see here the mapping, which means I've created a mapping between the sales order number in the payment header table and the sales order number in the customer payment details table. So through this, we are able to achieve the answer which I showed you in the given example on the payment collection versus the sales order that has been generated. Now, staying with this data set, we have something called description here, as I've marked here. Now, what was told in the presentation, I can substantiate here. When I say it is follows a semantic layer. So these are nothing but the column names provided from the GP, okay, or the Great Plains. So we have order underscore number, payment underscore number, GL underscore account. So as a user, they will not be able to remember what is the column name given for each attribute. So KDAPT follows, or we can customize these column names and we can specify it as a sales order number. When I say payment number, I can simply say payment number, or you can give a different name through which the system will identify and give the desired output to the given question, right? Now moving on to the knowledge section. Now in the answers, you must have seen that we have an option which says save to knowledge, right? We have the save to knowledge. What it does is when you're frequently conversing with the system and you have a report or you have a data that you frequently use, in that case, what you can do is you can click on the save to knowledge so that, sorry, the data gets processed faster and it will be readily available to you at any point of time. So for this purpose, when you click on save to knowledge, what it does is this query will get saved in this format. So I have, for example, purpose, I have saved a couple of questions and these are the queries, right? So when I frequently ask this question, so it doesn't have to go in deep into the database, write a query, and then give me the output. Okay, so that's the rationale behind this particular functionality. Now, next is instructions. Instructions are nothing but it is a kind of information that you're giving to the system as to how you need the output. A classic example would be a customer name and region. So if I say I need a list of all customers belonging to the Bay Area, so what the system will do is it'll give me an output with 4 or 5 or multiple columns. So first would be the customer first name, then customer middle name, and then customer last name, and then followed by the region, right? Or the area. So if I say, when I say name, customer name, please concatenate the first name, middle name, and the last name. Whenever I say customer name, I need the name in full. So what system does is it will concatenate all the first, middle, and last name of the customer, and it will give it to me in one single column. So I don't have to again export to an Excel, do the concatenate job. All these are can be removed. And when I can show you an example here. So I can say, if I select, if I use this, when I say order number should not be considered as a timestamp. Okay. And I can specify that order date only should be considered with a timestamp. And here I have an option whether I want to use it globally or I want to match this particular to a particular question. So when I say match to specific questions, only when a specific keyword from these are given, only then this will be applied. Otherwise, by default, any instruction that we give are treated as global search, global instruction. So this is a wonderful thing where you can fine tune your uh, data, or you can fine tune how you want to receive your output. Now going back to analytics, I've shown the dashboard and coming back to the threads. So as and when you start using KDAPT, so all your questions will be available on your left hand side. And in a particular question, if you keep asking in a series, so for example, I've typed two questions here. So all these will be grouped under one particular thread. And not only this, it can also give a comparative um, comparison based question also. For example, if I want to say um, how does the sales trend of item 019 compare to item 010 over over in 2024. So for every question, it follows the same process. So here, what I've done is I've given a comparative statement to get me to know what is the sales trend. So it has taken the two tables. Sorry, it is taking the data from two tables, and it is writing a query internally, and it gives us the output. Okay. Let me give another example. So it's a simple, straightforward question. I'm comparing the sales of two items in 2024. So let's see what response the system gives. So all these, I've just given the item code. I'm not given any item name. So if the person or the user has, they can remember the item name. They can also give the item name or the product name to fetch the desired output. So in the meantime, let's go to graphs and see the kind of data that can be interpreted. So here I've made a graph. It says sales growth percentage by salesperson. So as a sales manager, I can create a query, or I can create data based on salesperson. So within the salesperson, if I click on, I can say show categories. It'll give me the names of the salesperson. And if I just hover my mouse over a particular color, it shows the details. So it says the sales growth percentage for Amy is 215%, right? And if I go to this particular graph, it says total sales order amount by customer. So again, when I click on the show categories, it gives the customer name and what is the total sales order amount. So this removes the dependency on a specific kind of report that you already have, or which are existing in your current practice. You don't, and even if you run a report, it may run into different or multiple pages, which you can avoid. So you can just pick what you want from KDAPT. From your existing data, so your data has a, I can say it has a story. So you can pick the what phrase you want from the story is what we are showcasing it to you. So let's come back to the question. When I say this, okay. Okay, not only this, I can also show you one more thing which says, okay, here it is. I can just say generate, if I'm a finance person, I can just say generate a trial balance with account details for April 2025. So this is all I need to type. Okay. So I'm not using any jargons here. So what it does is for April 2025, it gives me the description of the account with the account number and debit and credit. And if you scroll down and if you see, it will give you in a tabular format. So similarly, we can program it or you can fine tune to get data based on your profit and loss. You can fine tune your balance sheet details. And of course, all these are based, they are controlled based on role access. So per though the system, the users, all the is available for all the users. This works on role-based access control, which means I get to see only what I'm intended to. So if I'm an accounts person, still it can be restricted for me to view only AR records. Or if I'm a AP person or accounts payable person, I will be entitled to see only those data sets which has AP records. And similarly, even though if I have access to other data sets, the system will not give, it will not have give me permission to access the records. For example, if I'm a finance person, if I want to see the employee records or the human resource data, so the system will not allow to use those data to see or view those data. Even though the user is allowed to type the question, the output will not be shown. And coming to the last part, which is the key for KDAPT, which is the prediction. So this works on series of past data, and based on that, uh, this prediction module has been made. Still, there are some more fine tuning that needs to be done here, which should be released shortly from our end. So when we say KDAPT, so it ends with prediction, which is KARYA data analytics. So we have seen data, we have seen analytics, and this is what the prediction is. So this will be more used in your when we are having your inventory. What will be the uh, uh, highest items that needs to be produced, or how many item needs to be procured more, or if you're in the manufacturing line, you can have a demand planning and scheduling that can be defined in KDAPT as well. And not only that, with in the finance section also, you can see what will be my cash flow, what will be my how if you're in the HR, you can say how the resource can be utilized further using prediction, right? So that sums up the functionality of KDAPT. Um, we are open to questions. I'm done with my demo. Thank you.